Raw Aussie athlete.
Okay, so this type of durian is called gudung, which is short for gudung tong, which means golden button, because it has a shape of an old style button that we used to have on uniforms here in Thailand, which was a kind of, that's the round button shape they used to have on their shirts. Sorry, it's really echoey in here, by the way. This durian that it's got for 50 baht a kilogram, which is $2 Australian per kilogram, and it smells amazing. I wasn't planning to eat this today, but I just have to because it smells so good. It's just screaming out to me to eat it. So I'm going to open this with my hands because a ripe gudung you should be able to open with your hands. Notice it hasn't split at the bottom yet, which is fine. I could wait till it splits and it'll still be really good, but I think it's even better just before it splits, after it starts giving off a very strong aroma. Okay, so I've just got the earliest startings of a split here happening. I'm pulling apart the spikes along the seam. And I know you probably can't see that very well, but you can see that splitting now. Right? So I just got a tiny bit of, and then just started pulling apart the opposing spikes. And there we go, I'm in. So I'm pulling with some force here, but it's a force that's controlled, so I know to let go. As soon as anything slips, if one of these cracks suddenly opens up, I'm just going to let go of the force. I'm not going to keep pulling, because if I did do that, I would slip and just gash myself open on the spikes. So while I'm pulling, it's a pull that I'm ready to let go at any second. Just it's controlled. So never pull on a durian with all your strength, because it doesn't have a happy ending. Okay. So this looks unbelievable. It's so good. It's super sweet. Super creamy. Buttery in texture. Incredibly soft and delicate. Sorry, someone's hammering outside somewhere. Can't do much about that. Yeah, this type of durian is it's an early season durian here in Chantaburi, Thailand. It comes early, so right now it's sort of at its peak. And by the time the other durians peak, like Montong, Chani, Nokkachip, Pungmani, by the time they're peaking, this gudung is not really available much anymore. It's pretty much finished. So I want to enjoy this while I can, because the other durians are coming soon. Sorry for anyone that finds licking fingers offensive, but I certainly don't. I know where my fingers have been. Today, there's still a beautiful waterfall. There's 15 levels of waterfalls at a national park called Kasipar Chang, which means 15 level waterfall. That's the name of the national park. But actually, speaking to the park rangers, there's actually 23 levels of waterfalls that they've now discovered there. So they haven't renamed the national park, but it's still called 15 level waterfall national park. But yeah, there's actually 23. So what is that noise? And there's like lots of elephants in that national park, a lot of elephants. And today I walked a jungle trail through where all those elephants basically nest, if you will, for lack of a better word. So you can see all circles on the ground where they lie down, and you can see where they put their feet, and then like where they stand to do a big poop on the side of the trail. Like you can see the poop there. The poop's about the size of these durians. It's about literally like about that big. And but the elephants just come there in the like late afternoon, like maybe sort of 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. for feeding time. And then they kind of just hang out in that area at night time. So it's quite safe to hike there during the day, but you do have to be careful not to be there until but you want to be finished and off the trail by 4 p.m. But it's a beautiful part of Canterbury that I hadn't explored before, and my friend Nong took me there today, and so yeah, we had a great time. Picked up these durians on the way back, and then also got it's a pretty spectacular day actually. When we went to a herbal wood fire sauna, which is amazing, and was speaking to a Thai policeman there who was very interested in my lifestyle choices and about how far I run, and running for over 200 kilometers and over 35 hours, and that I just eat fruits and vegetables raw and don't eat salt and all these sort of things. He was quite fascinated because he had the big beer belly. He was quite happy to talk about it, and he's in good spirits. But he knew that it was lifestyle that got his belly there, and yeah, he was just admiring my lifestyle choices, which was nice. So I think there's some good influence today. Hopefully he'll make a few better choices for himself. So I'm ramping up for my 4th ultra marathon this Sunday, which will be a 10-hour race in Bangkok, and it's going to be extremely hot, starting at 6 a.m, finishing at 4 p.m. So it's going to go through the hottest part of the day, and that's going to be extremely challenging. It might actually end up being the hottest race that I've ever kind of felt during an ultra marathon. We'll see. The forecast was for 38 degrees Celsius, which is just crazy hot by anyone's standards, with over 50% humidity and sunshine, lots of sunshine. But then I saw that one weather report gave a slight variation that there may be some thunderstorms. So we'll see. Thunderstorms would be much nicer than heat, but the humidity is going to be there regardless, I think. So this durian is really, really good. Yeah, so it was quite adventurous today to be walking up these trails, knowing that we're right in a nesting ground of elephants, and there's just elephant poop everywhere, and you can see broken branches and broken trees everywhere, and all freshly broken branches, and the elephants did it all. And there's some other parts where some dirt had been kind of pulled down, almost like when you see people like humans doing track work on trails, doing trail work to maintain trails and smooth things out. It looked like the elephants were kind of doing that. They were actually landscaping the area in parts, which was quite fascinating. Interestingly, the walk that we were going up has a lookout, the viewpoint, which is very beautiful, looking across from Canterbury to Rayong the province of Rayong in Thailand. And on the map that we saw there, it had a block of toilets there near the lookout, which sounded kind of nice, because I'm going to be taking a group of people there for my Thailand adventure retreat in this May. And so, yeah, we went up there, and the toilet block was not there. And it turns out the elephants actually kicked over the water tank, so the toilets can flush and all that sort of thing. So, and to get running water. So yeah, the elephants just kicked it over, so they don't have toilets anymore. The elephants just said no. They just wanted it the way it was. So yeah, the elephants pretty much rule the place, and that's really cool that the elephants still have that sort of space where they're allowed to, just do whatever elephants do. It's really awesome, and I feel very privileged to get up in their space today, and just enjoy with great kind of trepidation walking in their footsteps. And but yeah, we were grateful that there were no elephants there, because it'd be interesting to come across wild elephants. We actually are told by the park ranger that if elephants do see you, or if you do come into the proximity of elephants there, the wild elephants, it's actually not that bad. Firstly, there's these big, large flies, like kind of like marsh flies or horse flies, that you'll see those around. They bite. They live on the elephants and suck their blood. So you'll first notice those flies. You'll notice a certain smell that's distinctive to being around elephants, and the elephants will actually give you a trumpet kind of warning, make a trumpeting sound as a warning. And definitely don't ignore that warning. If they give you that warning, it's time to leave. So just turn around and leave. Don't stop and take photos and videos and then get trampled by elephants. If they give you the warning, respect that it's their house that you're in, and just turn around with respect and leave, and you'll get to live to see another day. But the elephants do give a warning. So the park ranger was, is quite an expert in elephanthood, and that was his advice, and I believe him. I felt like the guy really knew what he was talking about. So that was cool. That was cool to know that it's not the end of the world, but you definitely don't want to get caught right in amongst all the elephants, and between a mother and its baby and all things like that. That could get ugly really quickly. Elephants are just so big, they can walk through the water, they can walk up the river, they can go down steep hills, they can just push trees over. It's pretty amazing. So it's I wouldn't want to be running from an elephant. But I had an amazing day. This Durian is phenomenal. I'm going to wrap it up there. Come to Chantaburi, Thailand. If you get a chance to come to one of my retreats, you're going to have the best experiences I've got. Through me and my friend, we've explored every part of Chantaburi, all the best parts of it, and incorporate the best of Chantaburi, Thailand into my retreat. In Chantaburi, they grow 25% of the world's durian just in this one province in Thailand. So it's a really special place for fruit. It's a special place for nature. There's beautiful culture. The Thai kind of spirit here is really, really beautiful to be amongst the Buddhism and temples and just the people that come to my retreats. They're all kind of interested in raw veganism and kind of looking after yourself, being healthy, and it's a beautiful thing to be amongst that sort of like-minded community, because it brings out the best in all of us. So hope to see you there one of these years.